Yo, what's up, guys? I'm back here again today with another episode in the mini series of the pre-playoffs TASL interviews, and today I'm joined by Alexaï of Rift. So, yeah, what's going on, Alexaï? How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing fine. Thanks for having me in this interview.
No problem. It's good to be able to speak to you. So, Team Rift, of course, you've played TASL, at least the regular season. It's all done now. Um, I guess the first kind of question is, what's your overall thoughts on the season? Of course, you came second in Europe. You managed to beat our Radiance 5-4. That surprised a lot of people. That was a really crazy set. Overall, how do you feel about your season performance?
Yeah, it was a pretty good season for us. It was our first tournament or first league, so we didn't expect much from it. But it went pretty well by beating Radiance, which were the favorite team from the
Yeah.
public. So we were pretty happy about it. And yeah, we hope to do well in the playoff too.
Yeah, for sure. I can say that, like everyone, it's crazy. Everyone went in saying, Radiance, they've got the old KP members, they've got the old Alliance Rogue members, they're gonna be the favorites. But it was actually, the other Alliance Rogue members, Alexaï and Urza, that managed to win. So I'm guessing you guys were pretty happy to kind of win that rivalry in a way.
Yeah, we're pretty happy. And to be honest, I really thought we we could definitely win it. And even though people were saying we were disadvantaged or stuff like that, we really knew we could beat them. So we did
Yeah.
our best and we managed to take the win.
Yeah, and that was really impressive actually. But so talking about your EU counterpart Freeze, of course, you guys did end up losing to them. It was a pretty difficult series for you guys. Do you just think it was an on the day thing? Do you think you could definitely come back and beat them if it came to it again, or how do you feel against about Freeze being your EU counterparts?
Yeah, I think Freeze is the maybe the best team in the West right now. But in that match, it wasn't Rift. Like compared
Okay.
to what we do in scrims, what we did against Radiance, it wasn't Rift. Maybe there was too much pressure, too much stress, and personally, I don't think I did bad. But for some of my mates, I know they were really pressured, stressed, so they tended to feed a lot and didn't manage to win duels. So yeah, that happens.
I mean, yeah, it does happen on the day because that's the thing. At the end of the day, it's a game you can't play. To the same standard every single day. That's definitely a thing. But to try and counteract that, how have you guys been preparing for the playoffs? Because of course that's gonna be coming up soon. Have you done any sort of
Yeah.
special preparation, or is it just scrims? What's it like for you guys?
Yeah, we are doing a lot of scrims. Like since 1 week, we don't play that much since we have holidays.
Of course, yeah.
But
Most
yeah,
people have
we're
been, but yeah.
gonna yeah, we're gonna go back into it, and we scrim about 2 hours each day. So we're preparing a lot for it, and yeah, I think we're gonna be ready.
Yeah, and for your preparation, of course, your first opponent is Starburst. When you're watching the FTWin Starburst match, first off, did you expect Starburst to win? And second off, did you want them to win? Like, who did you want to be your opponent when you were watching that match? Are you happy that Starburst won? And do you feel a bit, more grateful, or would you rather be fighting FTWin?
To be honest, at the start of the league, I was like considering the Starburst lineup. They can really beat FTWin.
Yeah.
Still, I didn't expect them to win, and I thought FTWin was gonna take it all. But I wasn't surprised that much. Maybe not 5-2 or 5-1,
Yeah,
if I remember correctly.
it was something like that.
But yeah, and I prefer to play Starburst in the first match, considering the comp they're running compared to the FT-Win one.
Okay. And I actually like talking a little bit about that because Mika actually said that apart from on his team, he is most scared of fighting Jared Brand out of like all the frontline combinations. So
Yeah,
what do you think about that? Do you think Jared Brand is super scary, or is there another team that you're more scared of? Are you more scared of Freeze and Noctis? Are you more scared of like Shaq and Kyo? Who are you kind of scared of most out of the rest of the front lines?
I'm most scared of Jerd mostly, because if Bran plays L3, I know I have Skogza in my team and I don't think he can be defeated with L3.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty confident about it. But yeah, Jerd is, yeah, he's pretty strong, pretty annoying to deal with. So I'm most scared of Jerd. But for FT-Win, it's more like their playstyle and their team play. It's not really about the players.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people say that. I've heard some people talk about, of course, I think it was Mika again that said, Biscuit can be annoying with Nautilus. That's kind of one standout thing. But apart from that, most people kind of seem to agree that FD win, it's more of a team thing, not an individual thing.
Yeah, exactly. Like their weapons are annoying and they play all together pretty well, so we can't really do any mistakes. We can't most of the time we can't win 1v2 or stuff like that. That can happen against other teams.
Yeah. That makes sense. But I mean, with FTWin, of course, they're the only team in top four right now that don't have a Charger player. Um, and does that make you feel more confident? Do you feel like you have more control over the game, being, of course, a Charger player? Or do you think that it's hard to play against them? Do you think they counter Charger pretty well?
As a Charger, I'd say it's really there's nothing better than playing against a non-Charger team. Though, for my Slayers especially, considering the comp we're running with only short-range weapons, we're really struggling against like Nautilus machine because we don't have that kind of weapons that can counter T-Tech, L3 or stuff like that. So we're
Yeah.
struggling about Nautilus machine. But for me, it's really great to play against that comp. It's just about my mates, I think.
Okay, so I guess you're gonna kind of want to be leading your team in a sense. I mean, it's like I mean, I keep comparing it to Mika since you guys had like you have similarities with your teams. You're also thinking about this sort of
Yeah.
thing. But you know, he said that he's really kind of in a way relying on ZerraZ to be dealing with Biscuit a lot of the time. Do you feel that pressure like you need to be dealing with Biscuit a lot of the time being the charger, or do you not really feel like that's the case?
Yeah, I try to focus Biscuit a lot because he's the Nautilus, so he's the main threat. But at the same time, they're playing so back and so passive that it's not always possible to take kills in front. Like if we're in neutral position, like there's so much in the back that I have to go front to take any kill, and I just can't as a charger. Like my mates as slayers, they have to do it, but they can't. So it's pretty hard.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, we could think the charger has to do the clutch pick on the Nautilus or on the machine to allow his team to push, but at the same time, considering the play style, it's really hard to do so.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. But I mean, considering, you know, we're talking a lot about how you'd feel against FTWin, but the question is, do you even think that FTWin is going to beat Freeze? You know, how do you think that side of the bracket is going to play out? You know, what's your kind of prediction for EU or NA winning against the Freeze FTWin matchup?
I think Freeze is gonna take it because I think they're just better. Like they're
Yeah.
like individually, the four players are better. I think.
Okay, that's fair enough. I think actually so far everyone said they think Freeze is going to win it, so I'm sure FTWin are going to have a lot to say about that when we go over to them. Um, But I mean, we've talked about that side of the bracket a lot, but not actually yours. So you're going to be playing against Starburst. Again, you said you're pretty scared of Jared, but you're happy to be playing them than FTWin. And you know, talking about a lot of the FTWin stuff, that makes sense. But how confident do you feel against Starburst? Do you think it's going to be a difficult opponent, or do you feel really confident about it? Like, what's your thoughts on Starburst and that going into that first match?
I think if we manage to deal with the squelches, we won't have any troubles to win it. Like yeah, for real, the squelches is what counters. It's a bit like Note. It can counter our comp pretty well, especially our slayers. So if we manage to deal with it, I think it can be easy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't see that many difficulties like we could have against FTWin.
Okay, and there's no pressure to answer this question, considering it could be giving away some strats. But Starburst said they might have some different picks they want to play against you guys. Do you guys have anything that you'd want to change up when you're playing against Starburst, or do you think you're going to stick with the pretty standard stuff? Again, no really pressure to answer because if you don't want to give away strats, that's fair enough. But
Now our team is like we don't really like to adapt to the meta. We like I was talking to Erza and he said, yeah, maybe I should switch my weapon. I was like, no, you're
yeah,
playing T-Tech since years, just like T-Tech, no pressure. We play what we want, and like we're more like if we're the best, we're gonna win, no matter what the
yeah.
comp, what is our comp.
And I feel like that's a
So no, we don't want, you won't change.
that's true, and I feel like that's a big thing for us in particular. Is I've always seen Urza as a player that if you put him on his comfort weapon, which is T-Tech, he has the potential to just go off and just do some crazy carries and, you know, kill everyone in the game. But it's I guess it's more of a risky thing, and if it doesn't pay off, it can hurt you guys. You know, are you too worried about those sort of matchups with the T-Tech, or are you like fully confident that Urza's is going to be able to deal with everyone?
Mm, I trust him a lot. I just know if he puts too much pressure on himself. Like he can struggle a lot, but if he's confident, like he's gonna destroy them. No,
Okay.
I don't have any doubts about it. And I think if he would switch to another weapon like machine, maybe he would be way less strong than he could be with T-Tech.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair enough. I mean, I think I can agree with that with seeing Urza in the past. Like, shooters definitely seem to be like, that's the Urza weapon. I've seen so much promise from him as a player. It'd be exciting to see if we can see some of that firepower come out in the final, in your match against Starburst. So I'm guessing you, of course, are predicting yourselves to beat Starburst. I doubt you're doubting that too much.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we're gonna beat them. Like I don't underestimate them because I know the players, I know that they are strong, but I can't see us losing right now in that set.
That's fair. And I mean, talking about the one, I think the one last thing I wanted to talk about actually is, so Starburst, of course, they have Ice. Freeze has ZerraZ, all the different Charger players. How do you feel like you match up compared to the other Chargers? Are you confident that you can just beat them all? I've heard a lot of people hype up a lot about ZerraZ. I think Ice, I've heard, the least hype from as a Charger. I've seen him more as just, a very, very, very strong player, but people are normally hyping up you or ZerraZ. How do you feel about them? And how would you compare those two?
I'd say since I'm used to playing against ZerraZ, which is probably the best, or we are maybe equal. I don't know, but he's just too strong. Like I don't think I will have any problems against Ice, since he plays more passive and more around his mates, and he doesn't go for kills like ZerraZ. Like ZerraZ is really a threat for every team.
Yeah.
I don't feel like Ice is the same as him.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I think I've heard a lot of people talk about ZerraZ in that regard. I think it's pretty crazy because ZerraZ is a player that kind
Yeah,
of
he is.
it came up pretty quickly because not many people know ZerraZ. He was like I remember he was a Coliseum grinder, if you remember. He wasn't even really in
Yeah, I
plus
remember
one,
that.
and then like everyone suddenly realized, wow, this guy's winning every Colo set, just killing everything.
Yeah, and he's playing like every day, doing pickups all the time. Like he just plays 24/7 and doing Japanese Scream. So yeah, his hard work really pays off.
Yeah, and I mean, it was a shame we didn't get to see him play, of course, in the zone when the day of recording was yesterday, but unfortunately he fell sick, so hopefully that doesn't happen in TASL. But either way, I think that's pretty much anything, unless you have any closing thoughts or anything you want to say, to the people out there about Rift or...
No, I don't think I have anything to add. I'm just gonna do my best to win, obviously.
Yeah, and I wish you guys the best of luck and the best of confidence going into it. So thanks very much for joining me once again. It's been really fun, guys. Thanks for watching. Make sure to follow TASL on Twitter at TASL_SBL. Check out all these other interviews and all the other videos. And get prepared. The date is now set. January 9th is the date you're going to be watching out for. It's going to be on Endgame TV. Going to be an amazing tournament. And I'm really excited to see all these teams play. So thanks again once coming on, Alexaï. And I wish you the best of luck. I'll see you around.
Yeah, thanks. See ya.